Welcome back to DreamHack Winter and to the CSGO Logitech Championship. 40,000 euros on the line, of course, and we are ready to get rocking and rolling on Group D. We're going to drop you into the game right away. These guys have already played the knife round. Unfortunately, they just decided to go live. They didn't tell us, they didn't ask us, they just went live. Well, it means no more waiting, which is a great thing, because we've waited around 25 minutes to get this game underway. So apologies for the delay. If you're watching at home, wherever you are in the world, welcome to DreamHack in Jönköping in Sweden. It is, of course, the winter version of DreamHack. There's been quite a lot of DreamHacks this year, along with Valencia and Bucharest as well. And this is the second time they featured Counter-Strike Go, but this is the big tournament. This is the one that they all want to win. It's the biggest of the year in terms of prize money as well. And
this is quite funny. We actually see Dynamic playing seriously on the pistol round, but the entire faculty team was AFK.
Yeah, they haven't actually started, so we haven't gone live just yet. As you can see from our overlay, they're all stuck back in spawn right now.
Yeah,
so not live just yet in this particular round. Gives us a little chance to talk about the two teams. We've got Team Dynamic, of course, from the USA. They line up with AZK, Swag, particularly looking forward to seeing him play, Pex, Adren, and Kiko, a couple of old school players in there as well. And then Faculty from Germany, QK Mantis, obviously had a really great last tournament. Looking forward to seeing how he lines up for Faculty. SMN, Asmo, Kirby, and Disruptor, the other players for them. And Faculty, actually one of the teams who have played the most games, competitive games, in Counter-Strike Go so far. They've clocked up 26, although 11 wins, 1 draw, and 14 losses suggest that they're a little bit inconsistent, and that's exactly what they are, inconsistent. It's interesting we're on Inferno. It's their strongest map by far. They've played 8-1-7, lost 1, and they also beat Area 51 at ESWC on Inferno, so I'm not so sure this is the best map for Team Dynamic, but let's see how we go. Looks like they are ready to go live, so we get the 3, 2, 1 countdown, and we will be live for this first Group D game. Team Dynamic from the United States of America up against Faculty from Germany. Also managed a 15-all draw with Mouse Sports earlier on in the year as well, the German version of Mouse Sports. So yeah, they have the quality threat, it's just whether they've got the consistency.
Yeah, exactly. They played well as ESWC, but let's see what they can do here at DreamHack.
Yeah, indeed. We start off with Disruptors just up second mid right now. Kiko's already waiting for them if they decide to come into the apartments, of which there is one man approaching, so we'll just stay with him as we just check and see. They've got 2 men up Banana right now as well. 2 men in second mid, and Kirby just waiting at the bottom of mid. They have left the bomb back towards spawn, so they haven't had a call just yet. We've had AZK picking up one. Just want to see where the bomb goes now. He's going to go Banana, so they've called Banana. And SMN is going to make his way up there as well. Asmo now leading the charge in. Kirby's about to set the grenade over the top. I didn't see what he actually had in hand. It may have been a flash. Indeed, it was a flash. Over it goes, flashed into the bomb site. There is a man flash. The reverse flash, counter flash comes back in though, as we're completely blind inside that bomb site. You hear the P250s roaring out inside that bomb site. Kirby goes back into the revenge fair. It's Adren and AZK pick up the frags, and AZK cleaned up right at the end of the round. And Team Dynamic, I think we may have heard the roar from all the way over the other side of the room, take the pistol round to lead 1-0.
Yeah, and they took actually a big risk there playing 2 guys inside the B2 site, but it's paid off since Faculty went there. But if Faculty would have chosen to go to the A site, it would have been a very long road for them to back up.
Yeah, it would have been. So we're back underway in round 2, and Faculty having lost that first round. AZK, the top man on the scoreboard, with 4 actually in that first round. We're with Mantis now, bomb in hand as well, as they reach top Banana. Again, they've gone for this sort of 2-1-2 split across the mat, leaving Kirby at bottom mid behind the car. As Mantis now comes back towards that middle area, you can see the 3-man setup they've got inside that A bomb site, so it is the tougher of the two to get into right now. It doesn't seem to be worrying Mantis. He's making his way forward. They've got 1 man up in the hallway as well, who's being fired on and has drawn some fire. And here comes Mantis into the bomb site, shut down straight away by Kiko. A Swag and Kiko picked up 3 between them. Swag with another double. Kiko couldn't get the 3rd, and Swag picks up a hat-trick of eco round kills. Nice and patient play from Faculty, but didn't work out. They hit the bomb site with the most men on.
Yeah, exactly, and they all bought Deagles in 250, so I don't think they're that happy with only getting 1 single frag.
Should have been a bit more expensive, I think, from that second round. Just having a quick look at the money. Yeah, so no early buys. Deals here as well, so a little bit more aggressive from Mantis in mid. And haven't landed any damage so far, but they have taken some. This time round, they've got all 5 men. 1 mid, 1 second mid on the hay, and 3 inside.
And we see Glocks on almost every player. Actually, something to P250s and Deagles again.
Yeah, it's the 250 Deagle push is going to come via balcony here. And they've got 3-4 men inside this back area. You can see Kiko's just waiting for him inside that area. He's going to unleash that. Gets a face full of Deagle bullet, though, from Mantis, who lays him to the floor. And they're 4 versus 4 right now. Still, I'm trying to unleash those shots, Mantis, but wasn't able to do so. They've got the bomb planted inside this A bomb site, and it's a 4 versus 4. Good smoke put down as well. And Flash awkwardly lands in front of Mantis's face. He's had to back away. I thought he would have got a weapon out of that, but seems to have been stolen from somewhere. Might just get a kill here. No, all 7 bullets unleashed and still no kill. Still only 20 health. Another man pops around the corner. He's going to come around behind him now, and does surprise him. It's actually a shotgun to the face on Mantis, and the defuse will come in straightforwardly. They almost lost all 5 men there. 9, 40 and 23 health only remaining.
Yeah.
So close round. It proves that the 250 Deagle approach does work a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Faculty is happy with the round. They got the bomb down and they got 2 frags, so they came up on top economy-wise in that round.
So 3-0 straightforward then, converting those 2 eco rounds. Bomb planted for the extra little bit of cash will help them out here with full buy in round number 4 as AZK laces down an AWP down Banana and takes out Mantis with ease. There was virtually no reply back from him either, so they're already down 1. Asmo's also lost some health here as well. Let's just find Swag. He has P90 inside the A bomb site, so we'll leave him to that as Asmo downs Pex, and Adren will pick up the AWP kill on Asmo.
He almost got a double there, actually. He leg shot the other guy through him.
You're right, he did leg shot, yeah. So that was from the first shot, I think. And we wait then with Adren at the back of B, but it's not going to come from here. It's actually going to come from Banana. Here we go then. Flash to the top of Banana from SMN with bomb carrier behind him. He's going to be the point man into this bomb site, no doubt about it. One man is up on the cables on the right-hand side, gets laced down. It's Adren yet again. And I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Here comes Adren then round the other side. Smoke's laying down in front, and he's also blind, but doesn't matter, bursts through it, picks up the frag from the bomb planter. 20 seconds remaining now. Disruptor's going to have to make his way back over here to pick up this bomb, and he's only got 14 seconds remaining. Unusual bomb plant, but it's all he can put in, and he's going to try and draw fire from both players who both come from the same direction. This is a bit awkward, but it doesn't make any difference. Kiko gets the last one, and the defuse will come in from Swag to make it 4-0, and in Faculty, in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, those 2 AWP frags from Adren was the deciding factor in that round for sure.
You just saw him come off the bomb there and then go back on it. That was because they were trying to hunt down for the AWP to save having to buy it again for Adren.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, a lot of American teams tend to double AWP on like every single map. Let's see if Dynamic will do the same.
Yeah, let's see if they do. I know Dren's going to definitely have the AWP, having had that saved for him in the last round. But interesting, look at this. This is a slight switch up, because Adren has been AWPing on Banana, and has now decided to go CT. He goes back through library, or, well, what we're calling kitchen, I suppose, now.
Yeah, that's a sign of a good AWPer, that's able to rotate all across the map.
Go either way, but it doesn't look like they're going to go, because Adren's sitting up here in that library area, as we saw. They've got 4 men here on Banana, and SMN's going to come and join them as well. So it doesn't look like we're going to get that push. Indeed, we are going to get the push from Asmo. Mantis actually shut down just before he went into that bomb site. And now Asmo comes bursting into that bomb site. They know there's only 2 players there because they've got past the AWP and haven't seen him. So here comes Asmo in towards ruins. And at the same time, bomb is planted. Much better this time, more clinical in terms of entry. Can they hold on to this bomb site though? They've got 3, 4 men coming around the corner, and they know they're under a lot of pressure here. Dren with the AWP. Fire shots go down from Kiko. He takes out Disruptor. SMN comes back replying. Oh, and Swag now into the bomb site. We'll get that defuse.
Interesting spam from Swag there, taking out one guy in in construction. So getting another kill then on the site, so deciding 2 frags there from him.
Yeah. So 5-0. Interesting. End Faculty's best map by a long way. Their stats on this particular map read played 8, won 7, lost 1. They beat Area 51 at ESWC as well. 120 rounds for, 94 against. It's their best map by far. They're 56.07% up when they play Inferno. Everything else they've played, they're down below 50% win rate. Let's see what they're setting up to do again here. Looks like it could be a banana. They've got...
I think they feel like they're getting into the site easily, but they just...
Yeah, they were, and they were quite clinical in the last round. But don't forget, Adren wasn't at the top of Banana like he was before. He was actually doing CT Arch.
Yeah, and he is at Arch this round as well, so... Let's see if M Faculty can get in this round, and this round they will manage to
potentially
hold
their
the
two
retake.
best players actually over on the other bomb site. So let's see if they can get into this bomb site yet again. One man on top of cables again is proving difficult to kill. Finally shut down by SMN, and they've now got oh, actually one man walked through the smoke on the right hand side, just completely got missed. And now Disruptor in the bomb site is the last man alive. He's not going to be alive for very much longer. And this is very, very good from Team Dynamic right now. Dynamic is the word. It's the word of the day. And maybe they're the team of the day. 6-0.
All 3 weapon routes, in fact, has tried to push the B bomb site. I think they should switch things up and try A push now.
Yeah. And does look like we're going to get a... Well, I was going to call it a deco, but it's not really. It's kind of like 1 deagle, 1 AK, and the other 3 are 250. So... let's just see what they can do here. Mantis's deagle is pretty mean, I have to say. Oh, we might be able to surprise 1 or 2 of them here. Oh, my word, that was such a big chance for Mantis. He managed to surprise both those players in those back white holes, and yet didn't get a single piece of damage done, let alone a kill. And, well, filed that one under awkward.
Yeah, it's just a straightforward eco round.
Yeah, they had that one AK and 1 deagle, of course, which they've still got in play. Well, no longer, actually. It's just Kirby with the AK. It's got himself one, got himself a second, couldn't get the third. And good shutdown, lockdown from TD as they take a 7-0 lead. And to be fair, End Faculty haven't really been all that close to winning any of the rounds so far either. Good bomb plants, but just not strong enough in defense, are they?
Yeah. That's true. I mean, they had the 2 first rounds, they got into the B bomb site, but
look at
Dynamic just so easily retake the site.
Just wanted to check on the scoreboard right now. Swag is 10-0, and Kiko is 7-2. AZK 9-4, having a terrible game in comparison. I'm joking, of course. It's having a great game. And Adren here at the top of Banana. Look at this, 2 in a row, no problem whatsoever. And the bomb is down in there as well. Now they're going to have to lay down some smoke. Actually, I think they're going to get a helping hand from Adren, who's put the smoke down right in the middle of where the bomb lays. So they haven't been able to recover that just yet. Now they're going to push forward and potentially take it. But Adren lands yet another stunning shot with a wall bang as well. 3 out of 3. And End Faculty are just dropping like flies thanks to that big green of the American Adren. He's having an absolute stonking time of it here. And a little bit blind from that flash over the top. Swagger's stolen away the potential ace and gets a double himself to go 12-0. Team Dynamic are absolutely ripping up the rulebook in CSGO right now.
And that's probably the sickest op shot I've seen in CSGO so far.
Stunning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the way he walked away from it as well was like he fired and walked away as if he was... Hang on, wait, did I just get that kill? I'm not even sure he realised that he'd got the kill until he looked at the sidebar.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bit of luck involved there, especially getting the headshot through the wall.
So good. And let's just check and see what we've got in the way of weaponry. So yeah, they have bought this time. Look at this, Adren now is pushing second mid with the AWP. Wow. What a dynamic AWPer he is. Banana 1 round, CT Arch the next round.
And they're trying to push B2
then he's doing
once
second mid. Meanwhile, we've got 3 men again walking up Banana. It's the same old familiar story. You guys can plant the bomb all you like, you're just never going to win a round. That's effectively what Team Dynamic are saying to them. And
yeah, they will go here once again.
Looks like
so
the same
weird.
thing.
And I don't think it will work out this time either. I mean, there's 2 guys on the site, and Swag is really
Double
close
flash,
as well.
quadruple flash into CT Alley. And Mantis has been blind for about 30 seconds of the round.
And they have to win this round.
They do have to win this round. They have to get something back into it. They've got a 4 versus 3, actually a 5 versus 3, because Asmo's still alive. And if they don't win this one, that's going to be real trouble. Now, here they come then. It's Swag into the bomb. So where is he? I'm trying to desperately cycle through. Couldn't get to him before. And Adren now, last man standing, is just going to pick these guys off, surely. Not going to go for this. And it looks like Faculty will get their first round on the board. Oh, look at that, SMN. From absolutely nowhere. Manages to pull off the headshot on Adren. And finally, the Germans have a round on the board.
1 out of 6 rounds works towards B2. Let's see if they want to play that statistics anymore.
Yeah. I think almost every round that they've had any success with planting the bomb, it's been a Banana site, so... But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. But, you know, it's odd because you have to mix up the strats a little bit, otherwise you just become predictable.
Yeah, exactly, and I feel that they don't even have tried to push A.
No. Back with Mantis, who hasn't had the greatest start to the game, it has to be said. Looking forward to how he's going to play, and other than a single deagle shot, I haven't really seen an awful lot from him. We'll check the scoreboard after this round.
They're trying to fake, but there's still 2 dynamic players in D2, so this is going to be very, very hard.
And it's been a very slow fake again. If they're going to fake, they need to really push hard on the fake side of stuff and then go straight away into the Banana bomb site. But it doesn't seem to matter. They've managed to break into the bomb site yet again. Disruptor's just at the back of this right now as they come moving over. Adren is still in ruins, or construction, depending on what you want to call it. There's that wall bang, and he's got another wall bang through, and will pick up the frag! Yet again, that's the 2nd time they've managed to do that. Such a really good wall bang. And Swag's now coming on Asmo as well. And Disruptor and Kirby are the last 2 surviving here. And Adren desperately trying to search. That bomb is ticking down. I don't think they've got enough time here, but Adren's going to try and cover his diffuser. They're going for it. No, they're not going to be able to do that. And both go down in the end. Wasn't enough time.
We're going to see here the
I'm just going to see a replay of the Swag shot. It was actually Adren who was on the other side. It was Swag that did it this time round. That was a couple of rounds ago, right back in round 5. And then you saw last round, of course, we had Adren doing pretty similar things, spamming through the same piece of wall. So they know where those in-faculty players are, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a very regular position though, so... not that surprising.
Indeed. That was round 5. This is round 11, and it's AZK who's kicked things off. As TD, are they on a save right now?
Yeah, they're having eco.
They are. So they're 2 rounds in a row. It's cost them badly after being 8-0 up.
And the AZK really needs to step his game up in B2. They're 2 rounds in a row. They went in and he didn't get a single frag.
On board with AZK, when that bomb came in, he's actually taken some damage from his own player as well. But that grenade finished him off. Kirby's got himself a 2nd now, and Disruptor now joining the party at the top of Banana, and they are rotating back towards this area as well, the Americans, so they've got a chance. Look at that! In-faculty really taking a lot of fire inside that bomb site that they shouldn't have been. Another grenade kill from Kirby, that's 2 in the round, and SMN will finish things off with a headshot on Kiko, and that'll be 8-3 from the eco. So back to gun rounds now. And where's it started to go wrong, do you think, for the Americans in the last 3 rounds?
I think it was that AZK in B2, he didn't get any single frags. There were 2 guys in the site. I mean, it's enough that they take 1 frag each, but he didn't get a single one, letting Faculty take the B bomb site.
Yeah, I said earlier on, Mantis was the man of watch. He's 2-10 right now, which is terrible. SMN 6-9, Asmo 9-11, Disruptor 6-8, Kirby 8-9, 14-3 from Swag so far. Adren is 12-7. And again, 3 men set on Banana. I could just probably replay the entire last round the first 30 seconds, and it would look no different whatsoever.
And let's see if ACK can get in for this round.
So 5 men in towards the bomb site. Flashes have been unleashed, and Asmo is the most blind man in the world right now. He just cannot see a thing. And unfortunately for him, almost all his teammates have been dropped immediately. Now through the cables, won't pick up the frag. Asmo, dearie, dearie me, it might as well have been Elmo. That was awful. 4 men remaining for Team Dynamic as well that round. So expensive round for Faculty. They only got 1 kill, and they find themselves 9-3 down on Inferno on a map which, you know, by their own admission, they've won 7 and drawn 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, won 7, lost 1, not drawn 1.
And that's the way it should look like if you have 2 guys on the site on B2 if they're attacking. It's not that difficult to defend with 2 people in there.
Back with the Dren again. Look at this. Orp, hello. Are you just playing a mix or a pickup game or what? That's unbelievable. Pushes right the way through. No fear whatsoever. He's got a teammate who's gone out first just to check there's no one there. There isn't anyone there, because if we check it out, Bomb is sitting down at the bottom of Banana yet again. And look, those 3 men almost in formation on Banana, and the last 2 are down bottom mid as well. So Adren's now going to push that area. Gets nailed by SMN's AK though. And Disruptor now is going to have to come back. Now, aggressive push from Team Dynamic, and then Faculty. It's almost like they've bored Dynamic into moving around because they've just been so passive every round.
Yeah, exactly. When they boxed them Faculty in there, they shouldn't have pushed. I mean, they should have stayed in the street area and just waited for them. Doesn't make any sense.
Adren and Kiko just having a quick chat.
They only took B with 3 people, man.
They like to be with 3 people. Yeah, they do. 3 men on Banana every single round without fail. Disruptor might just get nailed here. No, picks up the flag.
Why didn't he save his gun there?
Yeah, bit weird. 9-4. And Faculty back in the game, really, not really to do with them doing anything fantastic, but actually Team Dynamic just being too aggressive really on CT there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like that kind of Counter-Strike, but once you've found them and you know where they are, it's containment. It's not march in there and get nailed with the AK.
Yeah, exactly. The peak towards the street area there was good, but when they got the information that should have stayed and like stacked 3 guys at B when they know they were coming there.
Yeah. And Mantis here, still struggling along. Has still 2 and 12 right now. Ouch. 2 and 12. From QK Mantis at the bottom of mid.
Still a great pickup from Faculty being down 8-0.
Yeah, absolutely. If you make it up, they've won 4 of the last 5 rounds, so that's better. Oh look, there's 4 men on Banana.
Big surprise.
What do you know? And 1 man lined up already, ready to take them out is AZK. Pex is there as well. Double from Pex, and AZK will get the shotgun kill. Now what is this they've got? They've pulled out a shotgun AK 3P250 mix, and it's working rather well for them.
Yeah, they should have suspected that there could be a B2 stack there.
Dear me. And Disruptor's still trying to get to this side. Wow, I missed it completely trying to get back there. Yeah. And AZK with a triple kill. Thanks to that ridiculously powered shotgun. And I say ridiculous power, it's ridiculous at close range. As we go back to a replay from earlier on. This is the 10th round. Adren's wall bang yet again on SMN, as you see through the wall. And that's the 2nd time they've done that through this particular game. 10-4 is the score right now as we send you back live.
And it's very hard on the... it's very hard for the mentality when you lose an eco round like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty rough. That was a partial buy, double shotgun, AK P250 mix round. I don't even know what we call that yet. Asmo here, ready to set with the grenade inside that B-bomb site. Again, they've got 3 men towards Banana. There's just 2 men at the top of it right now. Bomb is actually at the bottom of Banana. And the other 3 men are over the other side of the map right now. Let's just show you. So we've got those 2 men here where we usually have 3, and the other 3 are all over the other side, which suggests to me that this is going to be an A hit.
Yeah, there are 4 guys going towards the A site now, and it's only Kiko and Swag they're alone right now, so they should push right now.
They've smoked CT Arch side, past boiler room. Asmo goes marching in towards that bomb site, gets stopped in his tracks by a flash, And actually, Swag's picked up one. Adren's picked up one as well. Asmo gets nailed by Swag inside. In fact, Swag's going absolutely crazy right now. And I couldn't get to him before he finished the round. But he did finish the round off. And Team Dynamic have an 11-4 lead with Swag 18-4. Brilliant. I will definitely spend some more time watching him in the second half, that's for sure. And I think Mr. Dunn might be happy.
Yeah,
he's nodding. He's very happy with that first half. I think after the disappointment we had yesterday from the American Curve team, you know, it was down to Team Dynamic to pick it up, and I think the neutrals would love to see an American team in the quarterfinals, purely just to, you know, see the international side of this tournament, not just the European side of it. We already have the Brazilians through, of course, from yesterday, which if you weren't with us, spoiler alert coming up, and it's not Koreans win this time, it's actually Brazilians win, because they went through, along with Mouse Sports from Group A. And the two winners of the groups, sort of as expected, I think. Copenhagen Wolves playing very well indeed. And of course, the one and only top of the tree, NIP, Ninjas in Pyjamas. So they also went through. So they're the four from yesterday. Today, it's been an interesting first Group C game. Of course, we saw Very Games go through, but we also saw the BYOC winners go through. Absolute legends. So we're going to have at least 2 Swedes in the semi-final. What is it about Sweden and Counter-Strike? What is it you guys do that's different to the rest of the world?
I don't know really. It's we're actually good if you compare it to how many people who lives in Sweden. We're actually pretty good at many sports as well.
Yeah, don't bring up football right now because that was embarrassing for England. Yeah, I've already suffered that one. That goal from Ibrahimovic was pretty special though, has to be said. So we are underway then for the second half of this first Group D game. Team Dynamic 11-4 up against the Germans from N Faculty. And they really have had a very, very good start indeed. Although if you look at the last 7 rounds, then Faculty actually won 4-3. That first 8 rounds in a row from Team Dynamic, and we are going to get a fast push up mid here with Swag. They've decided that actually quad side is not the place they wanted to be, and it's because Disruptor and Esmo have picked up 2. SMN picks up the 3rd. There's only 1 reply back from Pax, and now Swag is the last man alive here with Glock in hand. Getting shot at from absolutely left, right, centre, mid, up, down, you name it, he's getting shot from it. And it's having to run away, and it's now going to come under fire from just above. I do love getting the team chat as well. If we can get a little bit more of that.
Smoke, I couldn't even see him.
Adren saying he couldn't even see him.
I know he did it.
And it's almost been...
fucked it up because we got pushed late.
Yeah, so Adren says he got pushed late, that was when they were up in mid. And Swag now the last man alive. They've actually backed away from him.
They fucking started it, dude.
Yeah, we should did a B, I guess. But
No.
We would have been arch, just yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool. And Swag just trying to pick off a player right now. He was trying to go towards the bomb, but in fact, we played that one well because they backed away. Once they realised that it was Swag on his own, they sort of cornered him a little bit top mid and then decided, well, you know what, we've got the bomb. We don't have to push anywhere. We don't have to waste these silly lives. And they played that one smart.
Yeah, exactly. They basically made it completely impossible there for Swag. And this is interesting. We see N Faculty buying only SMGs. And I've talked to a lot of teams about this. Most of the teams have stopped buying the SMGs. They do give more money, but it's not worth it. Like, maybe if one guy has it and get a lot of frags, it's worth it. But if everyone buys it, you have to throw it on the first weapon round, so it doesn't make any sense.
No. Almost like they're planning to keep it for the next round.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if they win or lose. Or maybe they're guessing at the fact that maybe Dynamic might end up with a 3rd round buy, and then in which case they're kind of even Stevens, as it were. It is unusual, though, in CSGO, that's for sure. And look at that, Swag and Pex down to just, well, 13 health between them. Which is absolutely impossible to see how they're going to survive much longer.
Yeah, this should be an easy round here for N Faculty.
And Swag gets down very easily indeed. AZK does come out though. Kiko got 1 kill out of that round, and well, Threat said SMGs weren't particularly good. They're good when the other team haven't got any guns.
Yeah, exactly. But in the long run, you lose so much money on it. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, let's just see if we get any kind of buy. I don't expect we will. We've had no bomb plants. And money-wise, no, too low, way too low. And don't even think we're going to get a decoy. No, not well. Okay. So all Glocks, and this time they're going to have a go at Banana, and they move out at just exactly the wrong time. And Swag almost taking out his own team. Kirby's got 2, and Mantis and Kirby for 3 and number 4. And Disruptor will come around the back and pick up the kill on a Dren. So clean sweep, and only lost 1 player in that little exchange, and now we get a buy, and the gap is down to 11-7.
Yeah, and they threw all the SMGs away. So like $1,500 per player wasted.
Yep. But they do have AWP in play. 1 Famous, which that's an odd decision as well. Why would you throw an SMG away for a well, I don't know. Famous, decent weapon.
Yeah.
In Go. It's much better in my opinion than it was in Source or in 1.6.
There's actually some positions where the Famous is better than the M4, I would say.
Yeah. AZK now AWPing from bottom mid through car. Won't be doing that for long though, because the smoke has been deployed. And likewise, the opposite AWPer on the other side will be Asmo. Let's just check out and see where he is. He is AWPing from back of CT Arch, which is it's not unusual, I suppose, but it's not the most usual place. As we go back with Swag now, looks like we are going to get the push any moment now, and CT Arch is now flashed. And maybe that's why Asmo wasn't sitting down there with that AWP, because he knew it was coming. 1 man in pit, 1 man in the back of sight as well. Tension just starting to build up as AZK lands that first shot, and it is on Asmo, so that was eye to eye, AWP to AWP. Ooh, and he's not been able to pick up. Unbelievable, AZK should never have got away with that one. He got clipped through the wall by Kirby, and then somehow got his second away. Swag's also picked up a frag here with a wall bang on Disruptor, and that'll just leave Mantis now as the last man alive, and there's no way he's going to be doing anything other than keeping out of the way of any counter-terrorists. That's out of terrorists coming back towards him from that A bomb site. 11-7 is going to turn into 12-7 right now. And I think that's pretty much par for the course. I think that's about right from what the type of gaming we've seen, although it has to be said, and then Faculty, I don't know whether they were asleep in that first 8 rounds, but discluding that first 8 rounds, it's actually been more prominent for them. It's been better for them. It's almost an exchange of rounds between them.
Yeah, I agree. It's been very even since those 8 first rounds. And this is a very, it was a very typical American style round there, like a tee off on Inferno, playing aggressive, taking the first kill.
A typical American round.
Yeah, it's.
You heard it here first.
It doesn't make sense, but it works.
Oh my goodness. Mr. Corey Dunn is shaking his head in disgust in the middle of the crowd as Threat just basically kills all Americans' Counter-Strike dreams. 12-7 right now. Their dreams are very much alive in this match though. Dynamic leading by 5 still. And back with a Dren at the bottom of mid. AZK is on Banana here. And no, he's going to back away from that. The bomb is actually on the other side of the map, just now at the bottom of second mid. So actually going in the apartments, and now second mid. So that smoke is about to die off, and AZK was ready to pop out there and play a little bit of one-shot wonder.
It was the AZK going picking up middle first here.
He is creeping. There is no one either side at the moment. There is one in jungle just to the left-hand side of him. So he's checked out one side, and there is the man in the smoke. And they are all going to run away here.
They're so close.
They were so. It's funny because we can see it obviously through the with the radar. And now AZK is going to set himself. Missed the first one. Got the second though. Rescoped and got the shot off. And takes out Asmo again. Asmo must really hate him right now. And it gets shut down by Kirby. So a bit of a tricky situation for them. Now this has turned round. This was Team Dynamics round to win. They now look like they're going to lose this one. They're down 3-2 here and get shut down again in sight. Adren is now the last man standing. And he will get locked down by Kirby on the balcony. And really, in Faculty, I don't know how they won that round.
Great play from SMN there in the side. He got the first frag and he didn't peek for the second frag, forcing Dynamic to like run into the side to kill him, buying so much more time for his teammates to come as backup. So I would say SMN, yeah, he was the deciding, got the deciding frags that round.
So pick up on the scoreboard from the faculty players, all in double figures except for QK Mantis, who is 5 and 16 right now. Deary me. Pex 9 and 14 at the bottom of Team Dynamics scoreboard. Stats, schmats, you can call them what you like. Sometimes they do make a difference. Many times they don't. And we are on eco here with Team Dynamic once more. Gap is close to 4 rounds in what looked like they were going to absolutely slaughter the Germans here after an 8-0 start. They have only won 4 of the last 12. 5-man push ready to be set, and I don't know, where are we going with this one?
They have 4.
I think, yeah, see if Asmo figures this one out, he might just get himself an absolute trophy amount of kills here. He's going to get the first one, the second one, the third one, doesn't get the fourth. He has managed to negotiate that CT arch, but Asmo might just pick himself up the other one now. And knows that it's been rotating. Had it called, he will pick up the fourth. Brilliant round. Asmo perfectly set himself. And yeah, okay, they were on an eco, but he still needs to get the kills.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you shouldn't underestimate getting an ace on an eco, anti-eco, since then basically the other team doesn't get any frags and you can stack up so much more money.
Yeah, you saw Asmo, he was around this area here, sent it back through, came through CT arch, nailed that first one and the 3 there, and then negotiated back round. So it was a bit of a weird sort of dance, if you like, around that kitchen area.
Let's see if Dynamics will try to go the B-bomb site. They're going for A like every single round.
Yeah, it does look that way. Kiko's the man who's opened things up for them at a cost of 68 points of health. He'll take that. And SMN is the one that's been shut down. So he's been a bit of a nuisance in the last few rounds, so they'll be glad to get rid of him. And we do have AWP in the hands of AZK here. And you know what? It looked like he was just waiting. What was he waiting for? Well, I'll tell you what he was waiting for. He was waiting for the smoke to clear. We could see the guy through the smoke. He couldn't. But it was perfectly lined up on that window of the car. And AZK now into the bomb site. It's completely flashed. That's the longest flash I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the thing about flashes as this go. They're easy to dodge, but when you do get flashed, you get flashed for a long time.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you? Full on. And man's going to peek around here and is going to get nailed by AZK. No problem at all. That's 2 in the round. And we've got just Disruptor now is the last man alive, and he is playing hide and seek. So the rot has been stopped a little, and it's going to move to 13-9. And Faculty in terms of money are sort of okay. There's 2 men that are okay. 4 men, so it's just Disruptor actually who has a gun in hand anyway, so they should be okay next round.
Just think if they had 1,500 more per player right now instead of those SMGs.
Yes, indeed. The old SMG throwaway recycling is coming back to haunt them. As Kiko's just trying to make his way towards Disruptor. Won't get any time to do that though. And there it is. Scoreboard confirms 22 rounds down, 8 remaining potentially. Team Dynamic of the USA 13 and Germany's Faculty 9. The gap goes back out to 4.
This is a must-win for Faculty. I feel they will be forced to an eco.
They would definitely be on eco after this.
Yeah,
and
they can't be on an eco because then
absolutely, and then they'll be on there. Well, AZK is he's having a monster game, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting
an absolute monster game. 17 and 18 on the scoreboard, which opposite him is 25 and 14 for AZK. Insane.
Yeah, it's very hard to play off as terrorists on this map, especially in CSGO.
Well, you wouldn't think so, the way he's playing it right now, would you?
No, it's he's playing really, really well.
Yeah. Playing very positive. Not aggressive, but positive. And there is a difference, trust me. Swag sort of cooled a little bit in this second half, hasn't he? 19 and 9 though, still respectable score to be plus 10 on the KD right now. And time just starting to run down a little bit now. That bomb is in second mid and it's going to have to be picked up at some point. We're still at 5v4.
And I really think that, in fact, they will have to take a risk here and stack one side.
They're going to have to go A because they've got 30 seconds remaining here, and they've already committed to that CT Arch side. One man is about to pop round, and he will get nailed by AZK, who's going to get a fourth of the round here. It's third of the round, my mistake. I couldn't count. And won't get any more because Kiko's stopped the potential ace.
Yeah, and AZK basically winning that round all by himself.
Had the 2 AWP shots, the early AWP shot that gave them the man advantage. The second one just before Arch, and then a pistol kill as well. So 3 from him. He's now hunting the last man alive, which is Asmo, who's gone to Ruins to hide.
And AZK is actually moving up on him.
Yeah, he is moving towards him. I don't think he's going to have enough time, though, to get him.
And 9 HP. I think he just will wait here.
Yeah. So, confirmed then. Another round in the bank for the Americans. They move to 14-9. Oh, dear.
And yeah, let's see if they decide to buy. They're
going to have to. They can't afford to let this go to a draw.
No, they're going for an eco.
Yeah, well...
Very interesting decision.
Yeah, so that means they're basically saying, we give up on the win.
Yeah.
We give up on the win. We can't do anything about the win, but we can still draw this game. But it's a forlorn hope. It really is. And, wow. Do you know what? Oh, ouchie. Awkward. In every way, awkward. Missed AWP shot, and then a grenade on the back of your teammate's head. Hopefully it won't matter too much, because that would be awful if they lost on the basis of this round.
Maybe he got a little bit too excited.
I think he definitely got a bit excited. I was actually going to say, well, there's a miss from AZK, so let's record that and show that later, because I think that's probably the only one I've seen. Now moving towards this B bomb sign now.
But he's at the A.
Yeah, Kiko has got himself one, and wow, did someone disable AZK's AWP at the beginning of this round? It doesn't seem to be functioning properly. I think it may have some duff bullets in it.
Can't believe they decided to eco this round.
No, and they've done all right, you know. They've picked up another kill here, as AZK doesn't miss that one. Swag's going to come in with a second, but they're dropping like flies now. Swag's picked himself up too, and the last man alive will be Mantis, who has the worst score in the entire game of 5 and 18, and it's down to him to stop this from being an unwinnable match as far as the Germans are concerned.
I just think he's going for exit frags.
Yeah, that's if he's lucky here. Very lucky.
There's no point in going for exit frags as well, since if Dynamic hit another round, they will.
Yeah, it makes no difference to him now. I'm not quite sure why he's been bothering. But he's going to improve his scoreboard, if nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, it would make more sense in that situation not to shoot that guy, because then you're like more sure to be alive.
So, match point. Team Dynamic have 6 match points, and it's looking very good for the Americans right now in Group D. And Faculty in trouble. That's what they should be called right now, in trouble. So we get underway in round 25. It's all on this one to save the bacon. Through the window pops the grenade from Swag. And didn't do any damage. So all is good. Or alles gut, if you're German. They're sort of looking like in Faculty on this round. Look at that, 3 men on banana. Almost a straight out of the N Faculty book. As, wow, guess who gets the opening frag of the round? AZK will pop onto 29 for 15.
And all is on QK Mantis right now on the B site. And if you consider his performance this far, doesn't look that good for them.
Yeah, I think whatever happens now, I think you have to give it to AZK. In terms of MVP of this particular match, he's been terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. 29 frags.
Yeah, and that doesn't include any bomb frags, don't forget anymore. 15-9. Match point, 6 of them, as they start to make their way in towards this B-bomb site. There's just one man in the corner, which is QK Mantis, amazingly, who's picked up 2 in a row here. How the heck has he done that all of a sudden? He's come alive. Swag now into the bomb site. Was about to plant and then thought better. Now he's going to plant again. Actually, that man oh, he's been nailed by AZK's AWP. And it's now 2 versus 1. It's all on Disruptor to save the match. He's not going to be able to. And AZK appropriately gets the final frag of the game and finishes off with 31 for 15 in a terrific show of AWP marksmanship. Faculty downed by 16-9 by the Americans. Team Dynamics certainly have come to play here in Sweden, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and good for America since the other team got knocked out from the group.
Absolutely. Yeah, Curse weren't perhaps as good as we'd hoped they would be in terms of competitiveness, but that's a real big marker for Team Dynamic, because if you look at the sort of state of the group, if you like, you would expect this game to potentially be the one that decided maybe who were going to finish in the top 2. And I think that gives Team Dynamic a really strong chance of qualifying now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the 3rd strongest team, perhaps Annexus, I would say. But yeah, I think Dynamic will proceed from the group right now. I actually think Faculty will go out losing to Annexus this match.
Interesting. Well, we're about to find that out, because the second match will be coming right up after this. So don't go too far. Before we do that, I'm just wondering whether we're... no, we're not ready over there, so that's okay. We can carry on and waffle, because we're good like that. So what are you looking forward to, then, in terms of the rest of this group? What particular matchups?
I would like to see Annexus and see how they play. They have lost to Copenhagen Wolves, like every single online match. So I think they're really ready to prove themselves on LAN now.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a weird battle between Danish teams, isn't it, leading up to DreamHack? We've had some really strong ones. 3D Max didn't really show up this weekend, but they were great in the qualifiers. And Nexus also very strong. We know how they play. And Copenhagen Wolves, of course, also brilliant in their group as well. So Denmark looking strong, Sweden looking strong as well. What's it with Scandinavia? Someone actually said to me earlier, jokingly, is it just because it's so cold and so dark that all you guys have got left to do is play Counter-Strike?
Yeah, maybe. But to be honest, now is why there are so many Danish and Swedish teams, because the CS Source community was very big in both Denmark and Sweden.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Well, that's it from us for now. We're going to take a little break here on the commentary desk, but we do have some analysis, courtesy of our good friends, Mr. Dunn and Mr. Lurppis. I'm imagining that Mr. Dunn is a very happy man, right?
It was definitely a great matchup. I mean, you look at it, the way that Team Dynamics started off in the beginning of the game. You had, of course, Swag, we had mentioned several times over throughout all the pre-games, talking about leading up to the matchup, getting into this group. Swag going 10-0, and I believe at one point he definitely hit the 20+. But the real story that was happening for Team Dynamic had to be the AWP from AZK.
Yeah, they had really strong AWP play on both sides, actually. They even barred down on the T side and had some success getting early picks there. And Faculty really couldn't stand a chance early on in the game, and that was their problem, because they needed more rounds in the first half to be able to win that game. And I think they went down 7-0 before, or 8-0 before they lost their first game. So I think by that point, it was kind of out of their hands. They could have maybe gotten back into the game in the second half, but Dynamic just wasn't going to let that happen. They adjusted pretty quickly after losing those few rounds.
One of the crazy things that Redeye had brought up multiple times is we saw that AZK was playing multiple positions. We started off in the beginning of the first half. He was watching inside of the B-bomb site with that AWP. Then he rotated back over inside of mid. We even saw him at one point where he went up inside of window to check down alt mid. Then at the later part, whenever they decided to push up there on that towards the alternate side, he actually watched over in the apartments while his teammate decided to push up. How does that type of stuff come into play? I mean, he's changing positions all the time.
It makes sense if you have a really dominant opper to just keep roaming around the map, because if you keep playing the same exact spot, it's very likely that the terrorists are able to just either avoid you by going to the other side or just attacking through other areas, or just completely anti-strat how he plays. Because if you have an opper playing, say, CT side, you can smoke him out pretty easily. But if you never know where he is, it's a lot harder to not allow him to get that first pick, because you can't really waste smokes and flashes on every part of every map.
Exactly.
So it's very good when CTs are able to rotate the opera around like that.
That's a really good point. As we take a look at some of the clips there, and whenever they were playing on the counter-terrorist side, we saw it during the game, actually, too. where a lot of these wall banks came into play. In the beginning, we had the chance to be able to see Swag, where he pushed up again, so you don't no longer have to watch both sides of this corner, this entryway. You just spam it away. You've now eliminated both positions at the exact same time, and then if you want to, then you can check above you without having to worry about both of their sides.
Yeah, we actually saw multiple people from Dynamic spam that same spot and get kills. I believe this is the second time we saw a Drain get a spot, and he was playing the other side of that corner this time, and no difference.
Yeah, so you can actually just set up that shot or set up shop and just spam away here. As we take a look, this was just an eco round where Asmo, he was just holding down, but it was a great rotation on his fact. He ended up going back around. He was over inside that kitchen area and then fell back and was able to pick up those frags right there in those CT arches. Again, it was an eco, but at the same time, it just shows that general awareness that some of these pro players have.
Yeah, it was a good control of the recoil as well. We talked about how hard it is to control the recoil on the M4 in CSGO, and he did a good job right there, killing those 3 opponents in just a matter of seconds.
So after looking at that matchup, what did you think of Team Dynamic coming into this one, comparatively to what we saw, what Curse did yesterday, being both teams being American?
Dynamic looked pretty solid. They ended up playing N Faculty on their strongest map, and I know they were aware that it was their strongest map, so it seemed like a slightly questionable move to just take your chances, but obviously paid out and shows that they're in pretty good shape now.
I actually had the chance. I was over there during the tournament area whenever they were setting up, talking to both of the teams. They were going over the maps, and you could see it was AZK and Adren asking Kiko, sitting there saying, what map are we looking for? Of course, he's very complacent. He just doesn't care. But at the same time, we had, I believe it was Pax that was mentioning too. He's like, I don't want to play Train. I don't want to play Train. Just not happy, because that's what the choices were. I apologize, I didn't even lead that in. Inferno and Train were the choices for Team Dynamic to make. And of course, they definitely knew that was the situation. But the fact is, they did not want to play Train, but they wanted to contest there on Inferno, and they definitely proved themselves.
I do think they would have won on Train pretty easily, though, because as you said, they have a couple of really good oppers. In Faculty, not so much. They're more of a rifle team. And In Faculty was just run over by Hawks just only 2 or 3 days ago, 16-2 on Train. And Hawks started as terrorists, too, so that's never a good sign for Train if you lose 2-16 starting as CTs.
Out of all the maps to have to start your group play on, or come to an event, Train's one of those difficult ones that you don't want to get into, because you want to be kind of on point with your shot so you can focus more on the strategy, how you kind of maneuver through the map. Yeah,
it always feels like a bit of a risk to play a really CT or T heavy map, because then you put yourself on the spot instantly to perform. Whereas if you play a more of an even map like Inferno, where you can easily win a bunch of rounds on either side of the map, then even if you start off slow, you still have the ability to catch up on the other side.
All right, so that's kind of a wrap things up here. We're going to have more group play from Group D. So we've seen teams move on from Group A, Group B, and Group C. But who's going to come out of Group D right here from DreamHack Winter? We'll be right back after the break.